week, just last night, I pulled Gwen back out of the case. I set up in the studio downstairs. I did a phone call with somebody who was working on their own stream setup. We talked through some things. I tried to help them see what I was doing with some of the overlay stuff that I used the last couple of PQs that I worked.
Pulled who out of a case?
Gwen, my streaming PC, my big beefy streaming PC.
That's I didn't know it had a name.
Oh yeah, it has a name.
That's Gwendolyn.
It has a name.
Okay.
You have to be very careful with it.
I have to name computers in my house, or I don't know which PC we're talking about when we have conversations, right? Because we each have like 1 or 2 laptops plus the desktops plus the streaming PC and it's I was like
so many names.
There's like 8 PCs in the house.
Okay.
So they've got names.
Wes doesn't have pets. He's got computers.
I have computers. I don't have pets. All right, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gamers of all ages. It's episode 27 of the On the Button podcast, the official start, ladies and gentlemen, of season 2. Because we've now been at this for 26 episodes, which means now we're rolling over into a new year just in time for a new expansion. Pre-releases are this weekend. Literally tomorrow, our first pre-release here in Houston. Mm-hmm. And we're on the verge of cracking new cards and putting all of our old cards away, putting them in the closet, digging them out on occasion. I see Ian. Yeah, Ian's got his everything spread out in the background. Yeah, doing his thing.
Every binder out.
Everything's out. Exactly.
6 sets, putting stuff away, building new stuff.
Yep. Last weekend I went down and pulled the drawers out of all the commons and uncommons in my little bin downstairs and loaded them into boxes and labeled them and stuck them in the closet and all that stuff. So anyways, how's life treating you? Go.
I'm continually fascinated by the sheer number of different ways there are to collect cards. In
awesome.
Whatever game you're playing, like you've got a system and Ian's got a system and I've got a system. I actually change systems midstream. It's all different now.
Okay.
But it's fun to hear what other people do, because then I can listen to them talk and judge them for being dumb.
Oh, that's nice.
Doing it wrong.
I like binders because it allows me to have them open, all of them.
Oh, that's smart. That's what I changed to.
It was really hard when you have 6 sets because you got 6 binders open, right? And I got them all open to, like, let's say I spent a lot of time building Padme Red, right? Okay. So I'm constantly cycling through red and yellow parts of the binder, looking for the best cards, the little tweaks. How can I get an extra damage here? I need like a bounce. So what's the best bounce to play, right? And things like that. So I can go through and get my units and stuff like that page by page. I don't know. That's how I do it. That's how I like to build decks. It really helps with Twin Suns too.
Can I introduce you to a tool called SwooDB?
Yeah. But I don't know. The binders work better for me. SwooDB, I gotta highlight it over. It gives me a bunch of cards that I'm never gonna use. So I'm just kind of looking for, because I know certain things that I'm looking for, so I can scale in pretty fast. Like I need a 2-drop, and I know I can organize it by 2 drops, but I like to see it.
I'm a big believer in that too, right? When I used to build decks, again, playing all the different games that I got into in the late 90s, there was no such thing as online deck building databases. So when to build a deck, I sat down with the binders and I would flip through to find things and, pull up cards or whatever and just get ideas, right? And so I still do that on occasion. I'll be like, you know what? I'm just looking for, if I'm trying to build something tribal and it's like, okay, I want to show me all the bounty hunters, show me all the first order cards, I'll go to a database. But if I'm just I'm looking for a yellow event that does something, this kind of thing. What about, let's just paw through binders till I find something, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I hear where you're coming from.
So how have you guys been?
Ian, how's life been, buddy?
Oh, well, I was sick last episode.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back. We forgot. Yeah. I forgot you were dead last time. Trey literally told everybody you were dead, that we had buried you and that you were never coming back.
I mean, when you're using an inhaler to keep your day going, you're pretty close to dead. I have quit smoking. I'm now almost 3 weeks smoke-free. It's very hard. I've replaced that. I'm going to gain a lot of weight because I've replaced all of my nicotine addiction with sugar.
Oh God, I was afraid you were going to say sugar.
Oh no,
so bad. Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah, snacks. Really into Sour Patch Kids right now.
Oh, I need to try
Like
gum or
that
something.
craving. I hate gum. Tastes weird.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not great. It's still better than, and I've stopped drinking too. So I mean, I've lost a lot of the calories there. So I
Okay.
mean, I guess it's still better. Sugar, I guess, is still maybe better. We'll find out. Time will tell. But yeah,
Well,
I'm
the
feeling a
choice is
lot
not
better.
either or. You could choose something that's not sugar or smoking.
No, I like addictions, so I gotta have.
You
Some
could be
sort of
addicted to something else.
I mean,
Parents, yay!
I would have
No.
said gambling was the easy one. The man loves Vegas, so
I
there's
do.
that. You always got
First of all, I am not in charge of our finances, thank God. Praise to Carolyn. She's always great with that. I don't have enough money to gamble. I want to play cards. It's cards or gamble, I guess.
That's okay. Fair enough.
And then just been really busy at work. Lots to do. No extra time to do it. So trying to find the time. That's it. That's all I've been up to.
What about you, Trey?
So about once a year, sometimes twice a year, I go through like a spate of where every car that we own breaks all at once. And so I have to just drop tons of money because I don't have a car note, and I justify being able to keep things because this repair bill is not that. But I have had, we have 4 cars. I have a car, my truck, my wife has her car, and then both my daughters have cars, and they just kind of all decide to break at the same time. And so I've got, this week I spent more than $1,600 on my wife's car. It was just so frustrating because 1,300 of it I could have done myself for about 400. I work on my cars a lot.
Okay.
I could have done it myself. I could have saved almost $1,000 on my own. But she's driving to New Orleans this weekend. My youngest was like, "Hey mom, I'm on spring break. Let's go to New Orleans." And so the two of them are just going to go to New Orleans for a few days.
Sure.
And I wouldn't be able to fix her car by then. So I had to like get it all fixed, and then it was just super expensive. And then my truck is all broken down, and I have to replace the power steering pump. It's just a lot of stuff going on.
I just did that in the Honda.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah. Not me. I had to pay somebody else. I'm not a car guy.
No,
same.
I it's all like, you take a socket, it's all tab A and the slot B stuff. A YouTube video and fuss fine, and then you're good to go.
Probably. My experience with modern car engines is that the crap that I actually need to get to is buried somewhere, and so I got to remove 7 other things to get to the piece I actually have to work on. So
you should drive a lifted 2005 Dodge Ram 1500, sir, because everything is plenty of space. I don't even need to raise my truck up most of the time to get under it. I can just kind of scoot under there.
I have a 2007 two-door Honda Accord, so it's not the same.
A little smaller.
I could probably fit under a Mini Cooper, dude.
So the other aspect, I've dabbed my eyes of crying about these car expenses with cracking an obscene amount of product from the new set that I got just yesterday.
Okay.
So
nice.
I've been open. I got 4 cases that I'm turning into singles, and it's pretty exciting.
24 boxes, right? 26
24 boxes.
Okay.
They're all opened, and they're all piled up here next to me. They're partially sorted, but that's my day, is sorting them. Couple of notes on cracking packs. The one hyperspace and every pack gets a hyperfoil was really exciting. I got to experience that. So my pack cracking process for doing this much is I open a whole box at once, and then I take the non-regular cards out and kind of make their own pile with them. So that was fun. I didn't see a single regular foil. That was very exciting.
There aren't supposed to be any, right?
No,
there's not. No, there's not.
They didn't even print them this time. Never again.
They didn't. So it was a whole different. It was just a whole different experience of opening them. I completely forgot that in addition to all the other changes, they were sometimes going to put regular prestige cards in the
sir.
1 in 18 packs.
Yes,
sir. 1 in 18 packs.
Totally forgot about it, and then I opened a pack, and there's a prestige card staring back at me, and I went, "What's go?
Yeah.
What? Oh, so now I collect all the prestiges in non-foil, so this is super useful. I ended up with of the 40, I believe there's 40 prestiges. I have 21 different prestiges, and I have full play sets of some of them. Very exciting stuff.
That's good. That's so you would say about 1 per box, right?
Should be about 1 per box.
It's about 3 per 2 boxes. Okay. So some boxes have 2 and some boxes have 1.
Yeah,
literally
that's
whatever.
How it should work, because it's supposed to be 1 in 18 packs. So that's
what every box
right on the map money.
Or
so you guys,
3/4 of a box.
but you got all right. But I did get showcases. Those are very exciting.
Yeah, I saw your
So
picture.
let me if you were going to crack 2 cases or 4 cases, I'm sorry, how many prestiges do you think you should get?
Hang on.
24 plus 12, 36.
We said you're getting 3 every 2 boxes, which means you ought to
No,
get.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Not prestige, showcase.
one per case.
Aren't they still?
One-
No,
Should
it's
be
not
one
one per
per
case.
case.
I didn't
It's
think it was
one per 2 cases.
It's 1 per 2 cases, so it should only
one per two.
should only be 2.
If I buy a
That's
case,
good.
I want a showcase. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good hit rate. Was that 5?
5
Yeah.
showcases
5 and 2
out
cases.
of 4 cases.
4
5
cases.
out of 4
That's pretty
cases.
good,
So more
kids.
than 1 a case. That's more than double the rate that they're supposed to drop at. So for all of the negative stuff that goes on, I'm pretty excited about that. I got to celebrate my good fortune of usually.
Yeah.
So when I used to sell product, I would sell sealed products early in the game, and then I would sell these boxes to people, and then like the drop rate on the stuff. Yeah, Wes is holding his hands up because he was one of the recipients of this.
Spark Rebellion, baby.
I would crack boxes, and I would get like okay on these, but then I would like trade 1 box to Wes or sell a box here, and like the drop rate on the showcases from boxes I sold was insane.
It was awesome.
It was
It was
so
great.
high.
It was great.
So now I'm glad.
That's where you got your Sabine
got-
one, right?
Yeah. Man sold me back in Spark Rebellion. I bought my first 2 boxes from Trey. I got a Sabine showcase in one. I got a Chewy showcase in the other.
Chewbacca.
And Trey's like, I want that Chewy showcase. And I was like, okay. He goes, I'll give you a box for it. I said, great. So I got another box of products for that showcase.
yeah.
Opened that one, got a Hera showcase.
And he was not the only one that had this experience of cracking
Trey's face
way
says
more than 1
everything.
per 2 cases.
Says everything.
The same
Yeah.
thing happened back in Destiny too. I would have those big Build-A-Box tournaments, and like my drop, whatever the chase
legendaries
was,
yeah.
I we'd have like a 2 to 3 times drop rate on
Nice.
those. My
Nice.
sealed product was good.
Nice.
So jelly. I wish I spent the day cracking boxes. That sounds so fun.
I've been trying to get
So
back into
fun.
I've just been trying to get back. For me, I've just been trying to get back into routine. I've been out of town the last couple of weekends. 2 weekends ago, of course, I was in Milwaukee for the regional. And
How was
then I'll get to that in a minute. And then last weekend, of course, Heather had been out of town, so I flew to Atlanta and we drove back over the weekend. So Saturday and Sunday, we're both basically, in the car, making the drive back. So this weekend,
I hope you guys like each other. You spend a lot of time together.
Well, we have been married a long time, Trey. So yeah, that's kind of how
Well,
that
I know.
works.
It just means you liked each other like a long time ago. I hope you still like each other.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's excellent.
Oh, yeah.
That's wonderful. Then
We did a 3.5 week vacation once, and at the end of it was like, man, we could have just stayed on this. Like we could just stayed at sea in our little cabin for another 3 or 4 weeks if we wanted. Like it would have been great. So
They're
yeah.
besties, dude.
Yeah.
They're best.
Definitely for sure. No, regionals was a really good experience. They other than the fact, so they kind of played with fire, right? They booked this. We're going to come back to that. They booked this in Milwaukee in February. They were fortunate in that they got good weather. They got good weather in Milwaukee. Now,
Nice.
there was a big storm on the East Coast that moved in over the weekend that some of the East Coasters ran back early so they wouldn't get stuck in Milwaukee for several days because all of the Boston, New York, and Philadelphia and all those airports got 18 inches of snow and it was a mess for a day or 3 or whatever. And so some folks left early. But the weather in Milwaukee was cold, but it was clear. What did snow? Didn't, it was no rain or anything. It was nice. Ballroom, the venue was fabulous. Beautiful ballroom in this great downtown convention center. A bigger events than last year in Minneapolis. There were 500, almost 600 people on Friday for the limited, and they cracked 700. I think the final total was 721 on Saturday for the premier event, which was more than the 630 whatever we had last year in Minneapolis.
we're getting excellent turnout for these big events.
We
That's
really are
cool.
We really are. And then on Saturday, the place was just packed. You had 700 people playing Premiere, and then the back of the hall was where they were running all the side events, and those were all loaded full of people.
Were they firing?
Absolutely. Oh yeah,
Ooh, nice.
like clockwork.
Oh, but that's run by Star City though, right?
Yeah, this is Star City.
Okay.
So I played sealed on Friday. I did the limited event. I ended up playing Cassian Blue. I was one of 7 people in the field playing Cassian.
Yeah.
I was pretty
Your card
happy.
draw wasn't great either.
It was okay. I had some losses that if I had maybe played differently or played better, I could have gone the other way. So I'll own some of that. But they were good games. I ended up at 5-3-1. I was the lowest ranked 5-3-1 player. So there was extra prizing available at top 128, and I was place 134. It's like, oh man, son of a curses, right?
If you had just lost some of those games, your opponent's tiebreakers would have been better.
Well, that's their fault, not mine. But anyway, so the limited was a blast. And then Saturday, Sunday, I just did other things. I had no interest in playing in the Han show, which was the premier event on Saturday and Sunday. Ended up it was all Han and Yoda basically. The top 21 leader spots in the final field were heroes. And I was like, this is expressly why I'm not playing, because villain sucks and it makes me angry and I won't play it. But I played a bunch of other things. I played, they had Twin Suns events, they organized both days. I played those, which was a hell of a lot of fun. I played Trilogy both days. I had to borrow a deck from Zach to play Trilogy because I only took 2 decks with me. That was my mistake. I won't do that again. The Saturday Trilogy event was a blast. The Sunday one, I got my face smashed in because all of the people who were no longer playing in the premier event brought all their meta decks to come play Trilogy. And it was like, oh, give me a break. This is not why I'm here. I played a little bit of draft, which was fun. So it was just probably my best match of the weekend. I took Vader 1, my showcase from Vegas, right? Old school Vader out of SOR. I took him out for one last ride playing double red. You guys have seen that deck a lot around here. And my first match on Sunday morning, they were doing just a regular premier event for a bunch of extra promos. And I played a guy who was on, Josh from New York, who was playing Gar Saxon ECL.
Josh from New York.
Yeah, I just remember his name. So shout out to Josh, because it was a great match. Now, I think he was frustrated because I had some really good draws in this match. But he was playing Gar Saxon ECL. And man, it was just a great match. I mean, I ended up winning. We win all 3 games. It was close. And I managed to eke it out, which was a lot of fun. Their stream setup was amazing.
That's cool.
The streaming production, I still need to go back and watch more of the coverage, but they hired great commentators. And it looked really good. The couple of times I peeked in to look over the shoulder, the overlays looked good. It was clean. It was viewable. It was watchable. You could see the board, right? They blew the board up to full size on the screen. It was like, yay.
Oh, that's good.
So that was really, really awesome.
It was watchable on my cell phone this time, which was nice. Like yours is.
Oh, wow.
Like yours is, bro. Like yours is.
Yep.
I want to make that very clear.
Oh, thank you. I got to hang out a little bit with some of the commentator crew. It was great to meet Josh Schneider for the first time. I've called some stuff with him, and it was fabulous.
Was he from New York? Is this another Josh from New York?
No, this is Josh is from the South. He lives in the Southeast, but he's another one that I've worked with. He's called Lubbock with me twice, right? He's joined me on stream and helped call games. I got to have dinner with the 2 guys who the finalists in the premier event late Sunday. We all ended up going out to dinner. I kind of ended up sneaking into that, so I got to hang out with Nick, and I got to meet Ray Tan, who was on stream as a finalist last year's regional in Minneapolis. He was there at dinner with us. It was great to meet him. Now, the eventual winner of the big premier tournament Saturday, Sunday was Nick Gonzalez. Nick was in Lubbock. Nick was the 9th place finisher in Lubbock. He just missed the top cut in Lubbock. And he just won the North American regional. So, so
the Lubbock tournament is harder than the North American regional. That's what you're saying.
It's interesting when you think about it. A lot of folks poo-poo these little 35, 40 person PQs, but I mean, look at the quality of play that you can get. I had Nick on stream in Lubbock in the first round of Lubbock, and he and Luna played a match that honestly looked like a top 8 match. It was one of the best matches of the day. And they won all 3 games. Nick won it. And in the end, he ran into another matchup some along the way and just narrowly missed making the top cut. His teammate Ethan went on and played in the finals. But really great story for the LXO guys. They had a great showing. Of course, Mike Gem, Bobby Sapphire run away with another limited PQ. He seems to be his format. So, I mean, limited, a regional major, let's say, a limited major. So it was a great event. I have very little complaint about it. Probably the biggest bummer is they borked black packs. You're supposed to be able to buy black packs off the prize wall. You basically couldn't. They didn't have enough for everything.
Oh yeah, they didn't ship them.
They didn't have them, or they didn't ship them. I don't know which.
They didn't ship them. Star City's not in charge of that.
I'm going to assume this had to do with Chinese New Year.
I don't have any idea. If you got black packs for prizing for placement, they had all of those, but you could not buy extras for prize wall tickets. They also in a very familiar theme by now, ran out of certain prize wall cards very quickly, to the shock of absolutely no one. If you didn't go get your prize wall Vaders on day one, you didn't get any. Right? They ran out of Nihilus, I think, by lunchtime Saturday. Those were the only two they ran out of. Now, as compensation for this whatever problem, they took some cards that had ordinarily only been available at sectors and put them out on the prize wall. So I ended up getting play sets of cards from sectors. I came back with some Vernestras. I came back with a full set of Cyrils, which is Cyril Karn, one of my new favorite cards in my old Vader deck. HKs, right? So
nice.
Definitely
HK is a great card.
Definitely some playable cards on the prize wall, but it was disappointing that they ran out of the Vaders so quickly. So, well, it is what it is. Great event though. I would highly recommend. Star City runs a great event. Everything started on time. Everything ran on time. If you played in a side event, it started exactly when they said that was going to start. So you could literally set your watch by thing's going to be there at 11, and if I go into my Melee app at 11 and refresh it, I have pairings, even if I'm not standing in the room. If I'm out in the hall talking to somebody, if I've run to the head, I can be walking back into the room, get my pairings, know exactly which table to go find my event. It was super easy.
So we had a thing last time, like we had a design challenge last time that, Ian, you had the homework for, but you weren't here to report on what you thought. We have since seen the boring Eternal format that they just didn't choose to use any exciting things on, and it's all the cards with no other changes. Did you have anything that you came up with that you thought would make Eternal interesting?
Not really.
Okay.
I listened to you guys. To be honest, I listened to you guys because I listened to the episode. I thought that your single card idea was terrible because it takes away from Twin Suns. But did they announce what they're doing for Eternal?
Yeah, it's exactly the same
legal?
as Premier. So the new Eternal format is everything's legal, and there's a whole new reset ban list. So there's a ban list with nothing on it right now.
Okay, but they'll ban stuff in the future. So you're telling me that I get TDR out for at least a little bit of a ride?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted in a format, is to play Triple Dark Raid and Django again and just put together some crazy combos, because there is an unlimited amount. If you can play every card from every set, there is an unlimited amount of cards to ping. There is unlimited.
You're going to get your wish now.
Every drop range.
So far, you're going to get your wish. Have fun.
That sounds fun as hell. I will now be making Eternal deck so that I can take TDR out for another ride. Triple Dark Raid is by far my favorite card. Look, I'm new to card games, so that was just so fun to play. I love to gamble. It almost always hit. The card bounces back into your hand, so you can almost immediately replay it out. Just so many great things. Super excited then. I didn't know that. I hadn't looked into the format. I did like. The single card idea I thought would be really cool, but like with Twin Suns, I thought it would pull too far away from Twin Suns.
Twin Suns is multiplayer.
Yeah, but still, like that single card format, I don't think needs to be in another. I think. It'd be interesting. I'm sure a lot of cards will see a ban real fast. You have to ban Django and TDR. Like they can't.
I don't think they're going to run enough events to do it. I don't think there will be enough.
Oh, okay.
There are some, but I don't think there's going to be enough to push the ban list forward.
Man, I hope somebody streams that first one. I guarantee there are there are a lot of really good teams out there that are going to put together some crazy shenanigans that I would love to watch. Like, imagine, if you could play every card, imagine the ramp you could get, too. Like, you could really get a lot of ramp out there. Sounds fun.
You're staring off into space.
Yeah, it sounds great, actually.
Well, I'm counting the events, right? Because as of next set, there are Eternal Planetary Qualifiers on the schedule.
Sure.
So you have 2 in Asia. I can only find 2 in Europe, which is a little surprising to me.
Versus roughly how many people will be listening to your count, but how many of the other ones? How many premieres?
Hundreds.
No, it's not that many in Europe. It's got to be at least 50 or 50-ish. probably.
Yeah, so there's not going to
It's
be
a
enough
such
events.
Trey's right. It's
Let's
such a low
see.
percentile. It might not matter.
1 in Canada, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
11 in North America. So 15, let's say roughly say 15, 16. There's one in Australia. So it's about 10%. They run 170 PQs per set, and right now there's about 16 Eternal events on the schedule. So about 10%.
So there'll be a ban list if the first 3 are the same 2 decks over.
No, they won't.
Like
no,
handful of decks.
They won't bother touching this format until the season's over. Guaranteed.
But
They'll
it won't
play
be
every
worth their time
Yeah.
to put time into
No.
thinking whether they should ban
Nah.
things or not.
Yeah, they'll let
They'll
every
just
single one of these
run-
events play out, and then they'll talk about it maybe.
I hope we get a couple on stream so I can watch the craziness.
I would love to stream one, but there's not one within like 15 hours driving distance of Houston. So
Oh no,
that's tough, right? The
No.
nearest one to us is like Clarksville, Tennessee, or something like this.
Ugh.
I'm curious to see if Django is going to beat Boba. Like, which one of those is the most degenerate?
Is the worst. Which one of those
Yeah.
is the worst?
Left or back. I mean, they both run TDR, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, Boba when he flips, he's just so strong, such a strong unit that when he flips, he's pretty hard to deal with.
tap him.
I
Yeah,
can
I mean-
guarantee.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. Like you can get Django, I think comes out the same term, right? They both flip on 5.
Both flip on 5. Yes.
Yeah. So it's who's got initiative? Question mark.
So-
Get Django. Put out your Boba.
I can-
How dare you?
I can guarantee you at least one of the Eternals is going to be streamed because there's one at Hex & Co. in New York, and the McClunky guys.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like their
they'll get
home
that
store.
one.
So
Yeah.
they will always go there and stream it. In fact, I remember I briefly talked to Tim about it when I was in Milwaukee a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about it. So he 100% plans to go stream it. The only other one
I
that
wanna
might
make
get
a-
streamed,
Pull it up right now.
there's
Make it.
2 in the Pacific Northwest. So it's possible. There's one in Beaverton in Oregon and one in Bellevue,
Beaverton?
Washington.
I
so-
lived in Beaverton.
So it's possible that the guys that work Unlimited MDR out there that stream a lot out of Portland, they might try and go, but I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'd have to ask them. So
Well, I
yeah,
might
but
have
at
to-
least one of
might
the
have to go to that
the
one.
Eternals will be streamed for sure.
All right. So on the other front of things that we actually are going to be playing soon, what's coming up soon, guys?
Pre-releases tomorrow night.
Pre-release.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm ready, baby.
Are y'all ready for the weekend? Or y'all, what do your pre-release schedules look like? What are you excited to play? What's happening here?
I'll go
What are you guys
first because
doing?
mine's real short. I got Friday at DL and I got Tuesday at DL, and that is all the pre-releases I will be playing. I will be
Why?
reset. I have to reset my store, bro. I've got.
I don't even know what
third
that
of-
means. What is resetting a store?
Like the shelves, I've
Is
got
it-
to
is it-
do
it's
all
like where
new
you
product and
Power it off and power it
planograms
back
out.
on?
No, basically pull everything off the shelf, clean it, put new product up.
And you have to do this by
I have-
yourself?
No. Like the whole team's going to work on it, but we have a third of the store that needs to be reset right now, and we are terribly, terribly far behind because customers come in and we have to help them, and making money is still important. too.
Stupid customers.
Customers, they just
Not
ruin
stupid customers,
everything.
man. Look,
If only
This
our
job would be
business,
great if it wasn't for the
I know
customers,
This business would be
Um,
amazing if it weren't for the customers.
clerks.
what's great is my boss knows that we are overworked and overtasked right now, and he understands that we're all a little far behind. So as long as he knows where I'm at, he kind of stays
Okay.
off of me about it. So we're making money and we're profitable, and I think he bonuses off of our profitability, and I think he cares about more about that
Yeah.
than what is on the shelf, because whatever's
That's the
on the
point.
shelf, it's got to sell. So
Yeah, that's the point. Make money.
we set
and-
a really cool a couple of days ago, one of my guys set a really cool, we have a Mando and Grogu like end cap of like some really cute Star Wars toys and harnesses and pet shirts and stuff. So some cool stuff. That was pretty neat to see. We haven't had Star Wars stuff since pre-pandemic. I want to say Force
That's cool.
Awakens ish. Like it'd been a long time.
That's 17.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that sounds
Long
about
time
right,
ago.
actually. Is like kind of the last one we had it. The last time we had Star Wars stuff, I got my dog a really awesome Chewbacca vest. And because he's kind of the same color of the vest, it looks like he's just wearing Chewie's
The
little
bandolier.
Yeah, just his
Bandolier.
little side stash thing. And when I take him for a walk in it, like I'm like the proudest person ever. I'm like, yeah, I got a Wookiee.
This prom sash thing.
Yeah, it's
Too
prom
funny.
sash thing.
It carries
So
ammunition.
Too
so
funny.
cute. Yeah.
What about you, Wes? What you got done?
I'm in a similar boat to Ian. I'm going to hit DL tomorrow. I'll probably go back again on Tuesday. I want to hit the Forge. They just moved. They just opened a new location. And I haven't
Really?
done. Yeah, they moved to a completely new location, a little farther west down Memorial. That looks like it's got like the pictures I've seen looks like it's got a ton more space. Like I think they might be on the list to start angling for PQs in town now.
Oh, nice.
Which would be interesting
Let me
because they
know.
have a. Go ahead.
Let me know if they ask for a punch card to get a promo pack.
It
weekly
seems
play
that
pack.
seems. I don't think they do that anymore.
Yeah, they asked me when I went
Yeah,
to play
no,
there
that was-
once.
that
and they
was
asked me
way at the
for a
beginning.
punch card
Yeah,
to get my
that
promo
was-
pack.
that
my
was
weekly
back
play
when.
pack, and I was like, no, I'm not coming
Yeah,
back.
that
so
was
let
back-
me know if they've been better. If they're
No,
better.
the guy who was there initially that was organizing a lot of that stuff back when Spark was new, right, has no
This
longer
was-
there.
Yeah. Okay.
Two
That's right.
years ago.
That
Ian.
was 2
Yeah.
years ago, and he's been
Let
gone
a
from the
brother
store
change,
for more than a
man.
year. So don't sweat it.
Okay. Yeah.
But the bottom line is that they've got a new location that looks nice, and I kind of want to go check it out. It's not far from the office, maybe 15-minute drive over there after work.
Oh, nice.
So maybe drive over there after work and goof off on Wednesday night
When
next week. They're doing theirs next Wednesday night.
Next Wednesday night.
Next
I
Wednesday,
won't be
I
there.
think 6:30 or something. I have to look, but something like that. But
I'll
probably those
check it
three.
out.
Hold on.
The stuff that's scheduled on Saturday and Sunday, I've got other things on the calendar, and they're all like 45 minutes to an hour away, and I don't have that kind of time. Yeah, it's like
Oh,
it's
wow.
like I'd have to go up to either Adventure Begins, like in Conroe, or like I think Montags is doing one maybe or something, and it's just like I don't have time to spend 2 hours in the car on Saturday, Sunday this weekend. So I got
Well,
too
you
much
are
other stuff
not in
going
my
on.
boat.
I am not.
I have 2 kids in college.
Mhm.
They are both on spring break. They are both coming either home right now as of tonight or home tomorrow. So that all my family is in town, and then they are leaving. So my one daughter, it's actually her 20th birthday, and for her 20th birthday on her spring break, she's going to Florida with a bunch of her friends. So
Nice.
she's going to go hang out on the beach in Florida, and so she's going to be gone. And then my wife and my other daughter are taking a trip to New Orleans for a few days. So it's just going to be little old me sitting here with nobody at home to keep me tethered, and I have nothing to do that really absolutely has to get done. So I'm hitting everything. I'm super excited about this. 45 minutes is nothing when I don't have anybody keeping me here. So I'm going to Adventure Begins. I know I've got one Friday night, we're Translator tomorrow night, and then I've got 2 on Saturday, and then I've got another one Sunday afternoon in Conroe at Cards and Comics, and
Okay.
then Tuesday again at Dragon's Lair. So I'm hitting 5 pre-releases, and I am
Nice.
super stoked about it.
Okay.
Because that's what I need to do after opening 4 cases of cards today is I need to open 5 more pre-release kits. But at least I get to play with them.
It's true. You get to experience the joy of actually playing with the cards. That'll be a nice change
Yeah.
of pace. Yeah.
Be
Okay.
way better.
Okay.
So I'm super stoked about this one, man. I don't always get to go. It's not that like my wife goes, I don't want you to go that. She would support me doing anything, but it's just
Yeah.
super easy to go to one and then come back home and be like, yeah, my wife is here. We could go to the bar with some friends and hang out and spend time in the pool. And it's a long ways to drive. And so I'm just going to go to the one, but now I'm kind of forced to do something on my own. And now I'm excited. I'm going to hit them all.
What
Nice.
what leaders are interest you that you're like, oh, I'd love to be able to build around this guy. I'd love to pull him
No
and have
clue.
a card. No idea.
Not a clue.
Callus is going to
Ian
be
says
8.
Callus. Okay.
He's going to be the
Haven't
best.
the foggiest.
He's going to be the best to play.
You think
I
so?
think. Yeah, in pre-release or in like this kind of format, I think it's Callus is going to rise to the top.
Okay.
On like I subscribe to Force Table, or I'm part of their Patreon, I guess.
Sure.
And they let you do like pre-release opens.
Mhm.
Strongest decks I build are always around Callus, like super strong.
Sorry, so that brings
I
me
would
to a
just say-
point that I need to
sorry.
make. But if you're keep going, I'm excited about this point. But you can
Okay.
finish first. I thought you were
Just
done. Sorry.
No, just a couple of things I want to add. There is like 0 upgrade hate in this set. I think there's 2 cards in the whole freaking set. So
Not
go
much.
heavy on
It's
upgrades.
the space ship.
heavy
There's
on
a,
upgrades.
there's a space unit and maybe one other
Spaceship,
one.
but it only does space. It only takes away.
Yeah, it only
space
knocks.
upgrades.
Yeah, it only knocks away upgrades
And then
on
there's
space units.
one red card that I think defeats an upgrade.
Okay.
It like exhausts
Yeah,
you
there's-
defeats an
there's
upgrade. I can't remember.
Something like that. You're right.
or
There's
might
not
just
much.
defeat an upgrade. There's like 2 cards. So go heavy on upgrades, and because of everybody's playing that 27 health base, I think if you can put together a really good aggro deck,
Mhm.
you're gonna do really well.
I can see it.
And bombs. Please don't forget bombs. There's going to be tons of credit tokens flying around, so be ready for bombs to come out earlier than normal in this pre-release.
I think that's going to be the interesting thing.
Way earlier than normal.
I think
like I've been able to generate like 3 or 4 credit tokens and then like flipping my leader and dropping a bomb or just playing every card out of my hand in like one turn with the credit tokens. So it's playing faster than normal for a pre-release.
Okay.
Especially compared to like, I felt Secrets of Power, those games went pretty long when we did pre-release.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, what was the other one that went kind of long? Jump to Lightspeed was pretty quick. Everybody played Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody played Luke Green. At least if you wanted to win.
Not everybody, but I take
like,
your meeting.
Yeah, and just like Leia in Secrets of Power,
Mm-hmm.
like she's just the best leader. At least in limited. So be ready for bombs to come out way earlier than expected. I was playing against somebody and they dropped a bomb on me on turn 5 Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped on me, and I was like, I had nothing to kill, so I had to ready it and just lost. So that was pretty cool.
Well,
pretty crappy.
That mastery upgrade in blue is also going to be a pretty impactful card in this format. Absolutely
There's some
huge.
Really great value cards. There's that Rebel 3-cost green. I think it's green heroism. That's like a 4/4 for 3. Like that's huge. There's a bunch of really good 4 drops.
Yeah.
Like there are some good cards that you can really build some and play some really powerful cards. So it's pretty interesting.
So pre-releases are my absolute favorite tournaments. Do you know why pre-releases are my absolute favorite tournaments?
Because you don't spend too much time looking at spoilers?
No,
because we get to play cards that we have never played with before.
True.
And so we get to look at all these cards, even if we've seen them on spoilers and whatnot on the web, we get to play with cards we've never played with before. Yeah. You know what we don't freaking have anymore? Any cards we've ever played with before. Everybody's already played with these stupid cards. Yeah. I've played with these cards on Carabast.
Well, I have.
Yeah,
no,
same.
you go on Carabast. You all were just sitting here talking about all these cards. Ian, how many of the games have you played with the new set so far?
Oh, I've played with like a whole lot of the cards. Like,
see, like this is it ruins.
I
ruins everything.
I go out of
having
my way
access to these cards. I try not to, and then I forget, and I start tinkering around. And one of the things I noticed while looking through these cards as I open them is there's none of this is a surprise. I played with a couple of this goes in this deck, and this goes in this deck, and the cards aren't even out yet, and it's pretty infuriating, and it sucks that that all these cards are available for everybody to play. Why even have a release thing? Like this is dumb. As much as I'm excited to go sit and play with these cards, and there will be something, the specialness of these cards haven't existed before as something to play with is just gone, and it's ruined by Carabast having everything early.
I really wish Carabast. I love your website.
I understand.
I like the idea of it.
I understand the complaint, but there's a part of me that so there's I'm kind of two minds here. Like one is, you can just not do that for a while, knowing that people are going to have these things and they're going to be dicking around with it after the set's spoiled. But also, like I've said this before, right? I've reached a point in my TCG career where I'm probably never going to be the hyper competitive guy that I was 30 years ago, right? When I was in college. So I look at this like I want the pre-releases to feel special for me. So I go out of my way. I'll read all the spoilers. I'll look at the cards, but I don't want to go on Carabast and play them. I don't want to sit down with a deck and put cards in it. I don't want to go to SWODB and build a deck right now. Right? They're all there, but I don't want to do it because I want that experience of opening the pre-release kit and building a deck and playing with it to feel awesome, to feel new and interesting. And as a result, I intentionally kind of, for me at least, I make a conscious choice to say, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to like the last 2 weeks, I have torn decks apart, put cards away, reorganized a couple of binders. Like I have not played, I don't really play on Carabast much anyway, but like I haven't played since Milwaukee, I don't think, right? I went to Milwaukee. Oh, wow. I played like all weekend. And then I think that was it.
We didn't play Tuesday. We played Tuesday.
We played Outer Rim, right?
So fun, by the way.
Great game.
So fun. That game is so fun.
Game's fun. I'm not playing with you guys ever again, but it was a great game.
But not me. It's just Jason. Jason's the one you don't play with ever again. Screw that guy.
What didn't make sense?
He has ruined everything. I'm looking forward to some other game where I can screw him over. He is going to get railed.
It's funny.
was-
As soon as he started doing that in Outer Rim, in case you've never played Outer Rim, Jason played Hondo, and Hondo's main job in that game is to stall everybody else.
Is to slow other
out.
people down. Yeah, he's just
Right?
a stall tactic.
So as soon as he started messing with the two of you, if you'd paid attention to me, I was always on the other complete side of the board as Jason. I was like, he's going right, I'm going left. Like, just stay away from Hondo.
I know.
You were just always right in the middle, right next to him.
Not always.
I don't know what.
No, he was able to mess with me without being anywhere near him.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite part was you were just trying to complete that mission for like 4 turns. And I saw your
the job.
And
that one job you had,
I saw your like, I'm getting blown out of like a card game frustration face over there. And when you finally achieved it though, like the look of satisfaction, you were like, yes. Oh, I'm just dead again. Stand up. Oh, I'm dead again.
So back on the pre-release and Carabas, like,
yeah, sorry.
I was bored. We documented, or I documented as part of our conversations here, that Secrets of Power had some interesting cards, but it never really got my creative juices flowing. So unthinkingly, I was ready to do something else, and I was like, "Oh, all of this is available on Carabas and Star Wars SWDB, so I'll go look at it." And then I had YouTube start flashing up all the decks that have been built ahead of time. So I was like, "Oh, I'm done for the evening working at my desk. I'll play a couple of games. Play a couple of games with this. I lost. I play a couple of games with this." And then I just wasn't thinking about the specialness of the pre-release at the time, and now I feel cheapened. It just feels cheap. I've seen all these cards. I know what they're supposed to be used for. I'm still going to enjoy the pre-releases. I'm excited about going to all of them, but it's not the same. I would very much like for FFG to find a way to do a handshake deal with the Carabas guys. That they don't turn that stuff loose on Carabas.
No, they can't
FFG
do that. Carabas is independent.
Yeah, that would require them to acknowledge Carabas exists, and they're doing their damnedest to make sure that doesn't happen. So
they would have to bring out their
Carabas to just say we're not releasing this stuff early.
That's the only
I would love to have
you could ask for, but I'm willing to bet you that you wouldn't get it, because the overwhelming demand in the community is for, once the complete spoiler is out, everybody's beating down the door. When are they going to be available? I want to build decks and play games with them now. So
people
I don't
think
idiots.
You're going to get it. No, you're not. The mob is terrible.
Yes.
The mob ruins everything.
True. I'm a big fan of Force Table, and Force Table lets you build limited decks if you pay the money.
Yep.
And I do, and I've been building those limited decks for a while. I think they help me build regular decks too.
Okay.
It's kind of neat to have like such a small card pool, and it's something that I like to log on occasionally. Like I'm bored, and I log on and build a couple of limited decks just randomly to see what I can build. I find it really fun. So I'm super excited for pre-release. It's one of my favorite things to do, is just to sit down and see if I can build something out of what could be just a pile of junk.
As a content creator, my stance on this is kind of actively detrimental to me as well, right? Like what I ought to be doing is, okay, great, the full spoiler is out now. Let's go try and cook something and make a video on it to get people to watch and get people interested. You're a
decent human being.
Well, it's not that. It's just that for me, I don't want to ruin that experience for myself. I value my experience as a player going to a pre-release more than I value the content creation side of let's rush to make a video and put it on YouTube.
Right. You're not an eyeball whore.
I've never been a clickbait guy, right? That's not my thing. So now, with that said, and to Ian's point,
it's so broken.
One of the things that I've wanted to do more of is get into the skill and the developing the skills and the wherewithal to build limited decks. Right? There's a great tool on one of the servers that we have in Houston that you can send it a little command and it'll spit you out a limited pool, and then you could import that into SWDB and start messing around and literally just like you just open 6 packs. It just will randomly spit you out 6 packs of cards. And I've been wanting to sit down and make myself do some videos on that for a while, like once a week, do a limited pool or go buy 6 packs, right? And sit down and open them on camera and build a deck. Like every week, just work on this and practice at it and get better. And I think I wanted to do it this past set, but Christmas and everything else caught up with me. I'm going to try and make more of an effort to do it this set now that it's here. But I definitely think there's a lot to be, to Ian's point, I think as you work on limited deck building, that skill translates well into constructed deck building. It starts helping you evaluate cards. This card is really good. This card is maybe a slightly overcosted. This card is undercosted and is amazing, or whatever. You start to recognize these kinds of things and these patterns, and I think it helps you identify better tools to put in your constructed decks. Let's say.
All right.
Trey, you're really for the record too. You're really great at building these pre-release decks. You've taken some of mine that I can't put together at all. Trey.
Wes?
Okay, Trey.
Me.
Yeah, I know
Okay.
you're talking about. You're talking about Trey. Okay, you're talking to Trey.
Yeah, Trey.
Okay.
Trey, you build really good pre-release decks. I can't remember the set. I want to say it was. I can't remember the set. Might have been Twilight. I just couldn't build a deck. I put together nothing. You like grabbed my cards and put together
I
a
love
deck.
doing that. That's
And
so
I
much
played.
fun.
And I played with what you built me the rest of the night, and I didn't lose a game. But I hadn't like done anything before that. So like you'll see things that like I definitely didn't see at the time. So you always build pretty good decks. Now, for some reason, you always lose your first game in these things. I can never figure that out.
I can't decide on my own pool, and I usually build the wrong thing first. And then I rebuild it in between the first and second round and win all the
and
rest
just
of them.
crush your way out. I don't know. I really love it. It's one of my favorite. It's by far my favorite event.
I gotta tell you guys this story because you'll appreciate it. You guys will all love it. In Milwaukee, right? I'm playing Cassian Blue all day. I got to play 1 in a Million 3 times.
Oh
Nice.
No way.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
The unplayable card.
The
playable.
unplayable 1 in a Million. I got to fire that thing off 3 times, and every single time you just watch your opponent deflate. Like, really? That's what you? I'm
Really?
like,
Yeah. 100%.
I just dropped your 6/6 Cinta Kaz with a 1-cost plot card. Get wrecked. Moving on.
It's awesome.
You can have such cool moments in Limited. That's one of the reasons that I love the format, because stuff happens in Limited that doesn't happen anywhere else because those cards just don't see play outside of that format. And
protect the pod, baby.
I tell you what, Protect the Pod is about to become a much more common card in Constructed because of rotation.
But up until that,
you're right. Like up until that, it's a great card in that format. But outside of that, you won't see it for a while. For it's just not popular. It's not good enough to break into the meta. Well, times are changing, but you're right. You're going to see a lot more of that stuff. So yeah.
So do we have time for another long?
I mean, yeah,
segment?
Why not? This is our first podcast in March. We're going to get 2 episodes in, and then we'll be fine. We can go for a while. What do you got?
Well, I kind of we touched on it before a little bit. This is not have anything to do with. It's not really timely, but since we're talking about pre-releases,
this is a good time for it.
I thought it might be a reasonable time to discuss
absolutely
our thoughts on etiquette and how to behave in such a way when you play these games that you are someone that people enjoy playing against, and they don't leave going, "What an ass! I don't want to be anywhere near that guy."
I feel the pain.
Yeah. So I thought of this. I had some ideas and some points that I wanted to bring up that if you adopt these, I think it would help you go a long way towards making you into somebody that people would enjoy playing against, win or lose. And then I want to discuss them with you guys and then have some feedback from you guys on if you have anything else. The first one that is, I think, very important, and it's actually extremely difficult for me. It is learn people's names. I am not, and I know I'm not alone in this boat. I am not a name person. I remember your face and I remember that I see you, but I've stepped back and evaluated it. And the reason that I don't remember people's names is because they tell me their names and my brain immediately moves on to what I want to talk to them about. And I don't take a moment and I remember it. And I don't think that it is rude necessarily if you don't remember someone's name the first time, because it is such a common problem that if you don't remember somebody's name the first time, everybody's like, yeah, I get it. I don't remember your name either. But the second or third time, especially if you go, I know we've met, I don't remember your name. They tell you my name is Zach or Steve or Mary or whatever it is. And they tell you, that's when you make, okay, I'm on my second encounter with this person. Before my brain moves on, I need to make sure that I stare at them and I go, Zach. I say Zach because this is what I did with the guy that started playing with his name Zach. Because I had to be like, your name is Zach. Your name is Zach. And then now I know his name is Zach. The third time it starts to get a little a little rude and just because if you go and play with somebody more and more and more, and then you just don't remember their name, it starts conveying just disrespect. Like
Yes.
I don't find you valuable enough to even remember your freaking name.
Yeah.
And it's just rude to, again, I'm not talking about the first time, maybe the second time where nobody remembers people's names because everybody's bad with them. But the sooner you remember people, when you leave people, they remember how you made them feel. And if you remember their name, especially early in your relationship with them, you're going to make them feel special. And that's going to be a good thing for you. So I know it's come up in our play group that somebody got paired and they were like, who is this? And then it turned out that it was a person that they had been playing games with for months and they had just not bothered to learn the name. And I know that the person whose name didn't get learned was pretty hurt by that.
Yeah.
And so it was just kind of an avoidable dick move by somebody just conveying, I don't respect you enough to learn your name.
Yeah. That sucks.
100% agree.
Go ahead, Ian.
Go ahead, Wes. No, go for it, Wes.
I was gonna say I'm with you. I'm terrible about this, right? I think you made a really good point there, Trey, in that you meet somebody for the first time and you're so excited to either play or talk about whatever what's in the moment that the name just doesn't register. I have this problem. I will remember your face. I will remember meeting you. Oh yeah, I met you. I can probably even tell you where we met, but I will not remember your name. Right, unless
I'm sure you can tell them if you played them that first game.
I can probably tell you what we played.
You played this deck, and this is what happened that turn, and you won.
And for me, it's partly because I am a visual learner. If you had a name tag on, I would remember your name because when my brain recalls information, it recalls the picture and not the audio. So if you had a name tag on your chest to go with your face, my brain would. That little mental image would be what pops up and my brain would go, oh, it's Bob, whatever. Right. And so I do better with that. But of course, when we go to tournaments and stuff, when you meet new people, I struggle. I'm really bad about it. Even local players, it takes me, like you said, several encounters to really get familiar and learn somebody's name.
And I think we're in a forgiving enough society right now that people don't take it amiss if you don't remember their name first time. I think everybody kind of as a group has acknowledged that nobody's really good with names.
Right.
And so if you come back to somebody, especially if you're just honest with it, be like, look, I know we've met. I just don't remember your name.
Right.
I can't, because I do that with people and I haven't had a single person that it looked like I offended when I said that. It's always they come back with, yep, I'm the same way. I don't remember your name. And it leads to more conversations.
I would rather cop to, I'm sorry, I'm bad at this, I don't remember your name, than try to fake it and look like an ass later, right? Because you actually don't know, or you remembered incorrectly or whatever. The three of us even are also in a weirder position because as we go to a SWU event, sometimes people will know you, but you don't know them, right? They know your name. They've watched your content. They've seen you, whatever, but you have no idea who this person is. You probably have never met him before. So that even adds an additional layer of kind of strangeness to it. Now it's awesome when people, introduce themselves and you can have great conversations, but
I don't care for it. These people, I don't want to talk to them.
Okay. Well, Ian and I will take your quota.
I love it.
Guys, when you come introduce yourselves, ignore Trey, talk to Ian and I.
Ignore the tall one.
Because Trey hates you. Just ignore him. But I'm awful with names, and it's something that I've struggled with my whole life because it's an auditory input rather than a visual one, and so for me, my brain just struggles to retain it. Ian,
and this is a big one for me. Like learning people's names is important to me. I'm not great at it, but I really try, and I lean on others when I'm not sure. Right?
Okay.
If I like Jason, who especially like. I think it's most important when you're playing at your locals, right? These are people that you see.
Yeah.
You're only seeing them once a week, right? You're only seeing them once a week. So,
but you are seeing them every week. You are seeing them every week.
And you want them to feel welcome. You want to make them feel like they're part of the community, so they keep coming back.
You don't want your local game week to disappear. Okay.
Yep.
Ours has really changed, right? I've been playing at Dragon's Lair since the first set. It's really the only place I've played. And the people we have played with has changed from set to set to set.
Sure.
Some people come back. Some people leave. Some people never come back. Like Zamad has not come back since Twilight when he had a baby, right?
Yeah, happens.
Samad, yeah.
Yeah, neither is Chris. Chris had a baby. He hasn't come back yet. Like we've lost people and then we've gained people and we've lost people and we've gained people. It's showing that you care, and that's super important to people. If you play games with somebody for multiple sets and you've never learned their name, it says something. I'd hate to say it out loud, but it says something about you as a person. It just shows that you just, like Trey said earlier, you just don't care. And it doesn't make for an environment that people want to come back to. I work in a place where I wear a name badge and people call me by my name and I have no idea who they are all the time. But I like it when they call me my name, even if they don't know it, because it's setting a better personal example. My recommendation is when you sit down from somebody and you shake their hand and you're meeting them for the first time or maybe the second time, just the more you use somebody's name in a sentence, the quicker you learn it, right? So
True.
what I try to
back
do,
to them.
That's true.
yeah. So what I try to do when I play with them, I say, well, I take initiative, so it's your turn, Zach. Just say it back to them a few times during that first match.
That would help me. I need to do that.
Second match you play, and it will help you a lot to learning somebody's name. And you will have better conversations, and you will make real friends, okay? I first started showing up to this thing 2 years ago. I didn't know anybody in that group.
True. A lot of us already knew each other.
And it was already a pretty tight group. Everybody else knew each other but me and like one other person, okay? I've made, over the last 2 years, some really good friends. I sat down this weekend. I didn't even play SWU at all at my locals. I played with my 3 friends, and we finished a game of Outer Rim that I wanted to play for forever.
No, you played with two friends and Jason. You played with 2 friends and Jason.
Well, I mean, I won, so Jason is still my friend. So
Okay, fair enough. Right on.
I'm not.
Okay.
Jason didn't dick me over, I guess.
I played with 2 friends and Jason. There we go.
Same. But I've made really good friends that I went and played cards with Anthony on Saturday because I had Saturday off.
Who's Anthony? I don't.
It's like some weeks I'll walk in and you guys literally spend 3 hours and that you never play another soul. That's all you do. You play each other all night.
Anthony and I have a lot of common and we have great conversations. So it's more than just playing the game, right?
Oh yeah.
James doesn't come very often anymore, but I go to James' house for game night all the time. Yeah, he's just busy. The guy's super
life
busy,
happens.
man.
I don't fault people.
He's got life. So learning people's names will help you in the long run.
Yep.
And it will help you just fit in better to the friend group that gets created at these locals. And if you want to be one of the people who's wants to be played games with, isn't avoided, you've got to make the effort. It's super important to learn people's names, super important, not just in in playing games culture, but in life culture. You'll make people, you'll get more respect from people. And when you need something,
they will remember that you made them feel special.
You'll be surprised on who you can reach out to that you think might not be like a really good friend or just an acquaintance, but because you know them and you've made a connection with them, they'll help you in a time of need. So take the few seconds, really try to learn names. It's super important.
Okay.
Super important.
What else is on your list, Trey?
All right. So the next thing on my list is I'm going to butcher a razor axiom. I don't know. It's a saying that gets done. I'm going to tweak it a little bit, but never attribute to malice what can be explained through either incompetence or accident of just not paying attention.
I've heard this one before.
Okay. So your and my and everybody's centric, they're the main character in their own story. And so you think about yourself all the time. Nobody else thinks about you. You guys I'm really good friends, I think, with both of you guys. I don't think about you guys all that much. Considered that I am alive 24 hours a day, I might think about you once or twice a day, unless we're today where we're setting up the podcast.
Yeah.
But when one of us says something on Discord, but you guys you're not central figures in my life, but you're not far from the central figures of my life. And so just all this is to say is that people don't think about you. They are thinking about themselves.
Yeah.
And so nobody's really out to get you most of the time because they don't think about you enough to be out to get you. They're out to just do their own thing. Yeah. And so if they're doing their own thing and not thinking about you, they are apt to do something that comes across that could be interpreted as they are out to get you, when actually they just weren't thinking about you or thinking about how what they did was going to infect you. And that's how it came across. So if you can, when somebody wrongs you and that bitch is out to get me, and like, if you can just like give people grace and just assume that they weren't thinking, it just makes your interactions with people so much smoother, and it makes it so much easier to be friendly with people, just forgiving them without you don't even have to tell them that they did something. If it's bad, then you can tell them, but overall, like, just let it slide. And then either they did something accidentally that they didn't realize they did, and you're just letting it slide because they just didn't think about it, or they are out to get you, and you're just smiling and treating them like they're your best, not your best friend, but you're smiling and treating them politely, and nothing infuriates trolls more than responding to them politely and nicely.
That
and
is
not
true.
not letting them get to you, but treating them like, hey, how's it going? Like being super nice to them. That infuriates them.
They don't know how to deal with it.
They don't. So that's the next piece of etiquette is just, I guess, treat people with grace, because they probably didn't do it on purpose if they wronged you. And if they did wrong you on purpose and you treat them with grace, then it just makes it worse for them.
They don't know how to deal with it.
Killing people with kindness is something I have to do every day in my customer service job.
You literally get paid to do this for a living.
I literally get yelled. I have a very basic rule, okay? You can yell at me and I will sit there and take it because that's my job. But as soon as you use a curse word, I get to kick you out of the store. So there are times that I have learned that if I kill somebody with enough kindness, that they're going to get me that curse word so I can get them out of the store. I think you're 1,000% right. People take things as a personal slight, and most of the time they have no idea what you're talking about. Zero.
Because they weren't in your head seeing it from your perspective, so they don't have any idea what you're thinking or how you're reacting.
They have no idea what you're thinking about it.
Yeah. And
sitting and stewing on it and making it worse in your head is always the wrong thing to do.
True.
It's cards. We all make mistakes. You know, we're all guilty of bad math at times, right? And things like that. And it's not personal. It's just, like you said, it's incompetence. It's not, nobody's trying to hurt anybody personally. It's
very rare. It happens, but it's very rare.
It's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah.
Right?
They'll let you know with their words and their physical actions.
Yeah.
If they're trying to make you upset.
There's
trolling Anthony or Trey or Wes in a card game while we're actually playing the game is fun, right? Like, there are plenty of times that I'm playing a game with Wes and I know I'm going to win on the next action, so I'll take my surprise strike and I'll turn it around so that you can see that that's what's going to come, right? That type of trolling is okay. It's within the game atmosphere, right? But
and you're doing it with somebody that knows you're doing it with love, and that you're
exactly
all of this and all the grief we give each other during this podcast, because we all know there's love behind it. That it's fine.
Yeah. Like Trey said, like, you think more about yourself and your interactions, and the other person is not thinking about you, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, like, you probably think about us like once or twice a day, Trey. I probably think about you guys like once a week each, maybe. I don't know. Like, I'll be watching somebody's stream and be like, God, this person's so boring. I wish Wes was talking to me right now. Or I'll be building a deck and I'll be like, man, I really wish Trey was here to tell me what the hell I'm doing wrong, right? Like, there are situations where your friends and the people you know come up in your thoughts because that's what you relate them to. So, take a deep breath. Nobody, like, Trey's right. Like, nobody's out to get you. Unless we're in the middle of a card game and I am out to get you.
Yeah, you're 100% out to get me. That's true. That's true. I wish I could tattoo this. I run this as a scrolling bar on the bottom of my stream, Trey. The idea of never attribute to malice what you attribute to simple incompetence or simple mistakes.
Oh, you should do like one of your interstitial commercials should just do
yeah,
that.
absolutely. I really should, because anytime somebody is playing on camera and they make a mistake, and almost immediately everybody in chat jumps on him. He's cheating. He's cheating. I'm like, guys, chances are he just made a mistake. Like, it's nobody. I won't say nobody. I can't say nobody because Ian and I literally watched somebody do this intentionally, and I'll talk about that in a minute.
But we missed it.
But you and I missed it in the moment, sort of. We both knew something weird had happened, but we didn't place it because we were busy trying to call the game. Anyway, bottom line is, when your opponent makes a mistake, I like the way Trey phrased it. Give them some grace. Allow them to walk it back. Allow them to. You don't actually have, you can't pay for that. You don't have resources. Do you want to make a different play? That's an illegal play. You forfeited your action or whatever. That's don't be that guy, right? Because A, you're not fun to play against, and B, you're just going to get it back. Because then when you make a mistake, and you will, because you're human, you will eventually make a mechanical error somewhere. They're gonna just give you back what you gave them. The stream thing is relevant to me for obvious reasons, the amount of work that I've put in, showcasing the game on camera, but also we just watched this happen in Minnesota, right? Mike Jim was on stream in the limited event. I could not tell you the day in the round, but I know this happened probably on day 1, maybe on day 2. He was playing a game, and somewhere along the way, he played 10 resources worth of cards in a round that he only had 9 resources on the board. He missed it. His opponent missed it. The judge sitting at the table watching them missed it. It was not intentional, okay? And Mike didn't catch it at the time, and literally, like, the next day went and sought this person out and apologized to him, like, when it was pointed out to him that he'd done this. He's like, oh, crap, and apologized. And the guy was like, no, it's cool. I missed it. I'm sorry, sorry it happened, but, whatever. It's not your fault. You didn't do it intentionally. We should all aspire to be that guy, right? To be the person that when your opponent, makes a mistake, you just be like, oh, no, it's cool. Do something different. It's fine. It's a game. Right. And so we're allowed to take it seriously, but you need to remember that your opponent is human and will make errors.
So if you're watching on stream, I think it's fine to point out that a mistake was made.
Yes.
Say that guy, but if you jump to why the mistake was made, that's where you've taken it too far, and that's where you're doing. You have no idea why that mistake was made. They could have been cheating. They made a mistake, but. Please, because I've done these things with you. If you see somebody make a mistake, please, it's super helpful to point it out. But to then go, that person's cheating. That's where you cross the line.
So now I'm going to go back, and I think I've told this story before, but it's incredibly relevant on this topic in this moment. So I'm going to tell it again. When we were in Denver, almost a year ago now, right? Ian and I had a guy on stream. I don't even remember his name anymore, but he was playing some blue-green villain thing. And in game 2 of this match, he drops Avenger on the board. And I clearly remember
it's important to point out that he got walloped in game 1.
He got run over in game
1. 5-minute game.
Yeah, he just got destroyed in game 1. So this is game 2 now. He's playing this Kiri blue-green villain shell. It's kind of control-y. He's trying to get to the late game. And he gets to the 8 resource turn and slams his Avenger on the board. Now, Avenger costs 9. And I remember saying I go back and watch the video of this, and I literally was like, is it that time already? Like, it felt, I knew he had ramped somewhere, but I wasn't, his resources were like in black sleeves. They were a little hard to track on camera. I wasn't sure. And when he had tapped his resources to bring this card into play, he'd piled them up on top of each other. So we couldn't count them at the time. After all this happened, his opponent went on to win the match. So in the end, this incident did not impact the match. It impacted the game. He did win the game, but he didn't win the match. The head judge came over, and she had heard about this incident. And she said, and we showed her the play on camera, and she goes, okay, interesting. When he plays this card, he swipes his resources into one big stack and slams them down and plays his card so that you literally can't count them on camera. And she goes, can you go back to game 1 and just show me him playing any other card? Sure. So I backed the video up to game 1, and sure enough, in game 1, he plays it. He counts his resources out one at a time and turns them
like Trey.
Plays them.
Play
a little. Well, however he was doing it, he was very deliberate and clear. You could see he was counting them out and leaving them so you could see these were spent and these were used. And she goes, that's deliberate. He's intentionally trying to obscure how many resources he spent for this card. And at that point, she disqualified him. But it wasn't until she made that determination that there was intent, right? Up to that point, it could have just been an error, right? Okay, he thought he had 9, whatever. Anyway, bottom line is, this is a good point. Give your opponent some grace. What else you got, Trey?
All right, so the last one is about about how hard you go when you play against somebody. It's about gauging the person that you're playing against and in the situation that you're playing in. If you are playing in a tournament situation where there are stakes on the line, then I am all for play as hard as you can. You're here to win this game. If you are playing in a casual setting, maybe make some suboptimal choices that are fun, especially if you're playing with somebody new. Like, we had a situation come up where we introduced some new people to Twin Suns a couple of weeks ago, and we had a player that played. It was their first time to play Twin Suns, and everyone dogpiled. They made the mistake of playing a lower than 30-point health base, and everybody dogpiled them. They didn't have any fun, and they will never play Twin Suns again. So now we brought up...
It's like Wes's first Twin Suns game.
That was a little different. It wasn't a dogpile situation, but I understand the sentiment. In the past, we've talked a little bit about this, where we talked about deck selection, where when you're playing with people, choose a deck that is appropriate for the level of tournament or the level of event that you're playing in, whether it's a casual thing or like, don't bring the biggest cannon deck, high tech deck that you can to some casual event, because there may be consequences that you have to pay that are not strictly related to who won this game or who won this event. And so that our whole Twin Suns community is going to pay the consequences of losing a member permanently that we might have actually added to our group, because the people that played against this person made it completely unfun the very first time they played them and pushed them off, and they will never come back, and they will never play this Twin Suns again. They'll still play, but they won't play. They'll play Premier, but they won't ever play Twin Suns. I mean, and they were, the person who got dogpiled was very vocal about this. They were like, "That was not fun. I will not do this again." So there's not like, I'm not like reading into what I think happened. Like, I sympathize.
This person got smoked immediately and had zero fun. I mean, they had just kind of that day built a deck, because we talked about playing Twin Suns. They built a deck, and they were like, this is fun. And they, even before we played, they handed me a pile of like 100 cards and said, help me cut this down to 80 so we can play this singleton format. And I helpfully did that. So it was a very tentative toe in the water, and they were greeted with 3 haymakers to the freaking jaw by the people that they played against. And the other people won, and good for you. You won this game. You lost a player for the long term.
Yeah.
So like that's just one example. If you're introducing somebody new to the game, your goal is not to win this game. Your goal is to show them the mechanics of the game in a way that they enjoy, so that they will be intrigued and want to continue to play the game in the future. So like, I'm not saying that don't throw the game, but if you need some goal on how to, or some tips on like maybe how to play lesser than just bloodthirsty like cutthroat, like maybe set yourself some extra goals for winning. Like, I'm going to win because I hit them for all the damage in one turn, or I hit them for 30 points of damage in one turn, and then play in such a way that you're trying to build your board so that you can attack in this one round for 30 points of damage. And that gives your opponent time, things that give yourself some sort of like, what is it, Harlem Globetrotters, like spinning the ball around the back trick of how you're going to win the game, so that you can, like, 1, it would be interesting and exciting if you pull it off, but 2, it also lengthens the game and gives your opponent the time to explore their side of the board, instead of you just, and that, because they're learning the game. They're going to make very suboptimal choices because they don't know what they're supposed to be doing. So it's going to take them a lot longer to make their cards move around. And so you need to do something to make the game longer. And so that's that. So this is basically my advice is for the etiquette of how to play is gauge the situation you're in and the people that you are playing against, and play at a level of cutthroatness that is appropriate for where you're at and what you're hoping to get out of this match. And that what you're hoping to get out of this match is not always just win the game.
I don't have anything to add to that. I think that's just good advice. Ian?
I agree with everything you said. What I've learned while playing this card playing my first card game, TCG game, over the last 2 years is that if you put even 1 penny on the line, 1 penny, the meta decks come out. They're out. They're out in full force. They're there. You're going to get the Hans. You're going to get the Yodas. You're going to get those meta decks, right? So, you know, I've always been somebody who really likes to build their own decks, but I've made this I've had this conversation with both of you. I will now have a meta deck, and when I put $1 on the line, I'm busting mine out too. All right? I'm not coming to a gunfight and bringing a baseball bat anymore. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not even bringing a slingshot. Like I can't even get to this point and I'm already dead. Like I'm just not doing it anymore because it makes for my side of the experience just not fun, right? Okay. Like, yeah, I mean, I have certain rules now, like with these kind of things. Like if I'm playing a kid, I roll off now. I'm not playing, and then we just play some casual games and have a good time. Even if it's gonna be competitive and there's money online, I'm not. The last time I played somebody who was younger, because they do show up at our tournaments and they do come to play with us pretty often. You know, I mopped the floor with him and I was like, do you want to just roll off for the rest of the games and then we'll just play some casual games? Because it's, like you said, like the competition level is all over the place. And sometimes you've got to be careful with, you know, making it fun for other people to play. Like I won't roll off with Cody though. That kid's good. He may be a kid, but that kid's way better than I am.
Yeah, you're not
define
wrong.
Roll off. Define what you mean by roll off, because it sounds like you're rolling dice to see who wins the game.
Yeah, exactly that. I know that's not allowed, but I'm not playing kids. So if I just forfeit to him, I'll do that. I really just don't care anymore. I'm not gonna go toe to toe with a 9-year-old because it's not. The game's pretty strategic, and you know I know what he's gonna do before he does it, and the card pools. Sometimes they don't have the card pool that you would want to have because you know they don't have the funds and things like that. So I guess there's certain people I guess I'll just forfeit to. Sure. I just won't. It's not a fun experience for them, and it's not a fun experience for me. The whole idea is to have fun when I play this card game, not feel like I'm, you know, holding some kid's head back and like watching him try to punch me. Like
I mean, if there's a penny on the table, I'll hold her head down. I'll put it underwater.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, you and I are different people, I guess, in that respect. You were the guy who could hold my head back and watch me just swing.
That's
and kick
true.
And flail.
He could absolutely do that to you. Yeah, he definitely could. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird. This one's a weird line, and I'm not sure where I fall in that line.
It is kind of amorphous. Like you just kind of feel your way. There are no real hard and fast rules. Other than
This is a gut feeling.
I get out of it.
This is a gut feeling.
What do you want to get out of this? What are you going to get out of this game?
Yeah,
100%.
It's a gut feeling.
This is a gut feeling.
Yeah.
So those are my 3 points that I thought would be interesting. I'm open to anything. Do you guys have any points that because we've had this etiquette thing that kind of been pushed back week after week, or show after show.
I've said this before. I'm going to harp on it again because I think it's relevant to this topic in particular. Mechanics, tabletop mechanics. Carabast and the other online tools, whatever you decide to use, they teach and encourage bad habits, right? We get used to the online card engines doing things for us, then remembering how card mechanics actually work or the correct order we're supposed to resolve things in or whatever. That matters. Now, does it matter in your local play? Probably not. But if you're gonna move up and move into the Store Showdown or the PQ world or even higher up SQs and regionals or galactics, there is no substitute for playing cards on the table and understanding how your cards mechanically function on the tabletop. Sometimes that's simple. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you might need a local judge to sit down with you and talk you through something. Take the time, figure that out, get it right, get the mechanics right. One of the most common things I see all the time is when it comes time for the regroup phase, people will ready all their stuff, draw cards, and then resource something. technically, by the strict letter of the rules, that's not correct, right?
Mhm.
You're supposed to draw, then resource, then ready. And I've reached a point in my SWU career that I make it a point to go through that mechanic in that order. And I've never really pointed this out, but my way of telling my opponent I'm not ready for the next turn yet is that my cards are still exhausted because I'm still making a resourcing decision, right? If you're playing against me and you look over and my stuff is still exhausted and I'm looking at the cards in my hand, it's because I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to resource, or if I haven't decided what card I am going to resource yet. When my stuff's ready, decision made, we're ready to go. And I'm convinced that the rules are written specifically that it's done in that order for exactly that reason. But very commonly you see people take shortcuts. And I think as we get now into a world where max rebo is going to exist on the table, this is a big deal, especially the regroup phase. Doing the regroup phase in the correct order is more critical now than it's ever been. And that's just one nitpick. So I just think from an etiquette perspective, as a courtesy to your opponent, but also for your own edification, make the time if you're going to play on the table. If you're only ever going to play on Carabast, man, do you, right? I don't care. But if you're going to play with physical cards on a tabletop, take the time, get in some reps, learn how to manipulate your cards correctly, understand how they all function. There's some weird corner case interactions on occasion. Get all that straight before you play.
I am 100% guilty of the mechanics issue. Because of online play, right? Force Table had Force Choke. Force Table had Force Choke broken for a long time that would allow me to use it on vehicles.
I caught somebody in Milwaukee trying to do this to me. He tried to force choke one of my space units. Like, you can't do that.
I can't count the number of times Wes yelled at me and or threw the card at me and was like, "You can't force choke a vehicle, Ian. How do you choke it, Ian? How do you choke it?
How does that work? Doesn't work."
Wait, are we still talking about cards?
Yeah.
And the other one is Loathcat. Loathcat for a little while would let you exhaust a space unit as well, and it's only a ground.
It's only a ground unit. That's correct.
I've misplayed that card a whole bunch of times, and nobody said anything to me.
Yeah.
Playing live is super important. You harp on it, and I harp on it as well. Because you will learn tricks when you play live that you don't learn on SWU or on Carabast or things like that. You'll learn combos that you don't see on those things and how they play out.
I'm intrigued. Give me an example. Do you have one?
I'm
kind of putting you on the spot. I apologize, but I've never heard this before. I'm curious what you mean.
So so for me, there was a few cards that I didn't really understand how they played, and then when I watched somebody live play them, I got a better handle.
I see where you're going.
One of the ones for me was Ogdo Bogdo.
Okay.
I didn't understand how you played this card, and then I had played on Carabast, and I'd run up against plenty of Han blues, but nobody had played it against me. When I finally saw it played live with the Han 2 card, I was like, oh! That's how you play it.
Okay.
When I first started playing the game, I didn't realize that the whole Han 1 with Millennium Falcon,
how that all worked. How the timing of that worked.
Okay? How the timing of that worked. How I use my resource to keep him ready, then defeat it, right?
And then throw it away.
And then, so I watched Trey do it, and I was like, no, that's not how that works, bro. And he's like, no, dude.
That's quite literally how that works.
That's exactly how it works, and that's why it's in his color format and his aspect, and that's why the card exists.
Designed to work together.
To me, and I was like, oh, I'm so dumb. But when you play live, you do learn, at least, I mean, maybe not you guys, because you guys have played TCGs forever, right? The more I play live, the more I learn, and the more kind of cool stuff that
I screw up stuff all the time.
So do I.
I misunderstand cards.
I'm not talking about but for me, that's been the way I've learned a lot of cool stuff.
I had a moment in Milwaukee where I felt like an absolute moron. Okay, this was late in day one. We're playing limited, and we're on I think we're going to the 6 resource turn, and somehow I have my one card in hand is on the table with a marker on top of it. But I look down to make a resource decision, and I have 3 cards in my hand. And I'm like, wait, what happened here? Somehow my brain wandered. I don't know what. I haven't drawn too many cards. What I finally figured out happened is
you picked up a resource.
I picked up a resource. So now I have one of the cards having already resources in my hand with the 2. I'm making a decision like, wait, what happened here? I had to call a judge on myself. I told my opponent, I said, I'm sorry. I need a minute. I called a judge and I said, okay, I have screwed up. How do I fix this?
Right.
And it took them a few minutes and figured it out. And I got the little, minor card manipulation penalty warning or whatever it was. And it was no big deal. But I felt like an idiot. All the games I've played, that's never happened to me before. Right. But I tried to be honest about it. Like, okay, called my opponent. I was like, look, I'm not trying to hose you over here. I have screwed up. I need to fix this. And so the judge came over. We got it straight. But yeah, absolutely still happens. Absolutely still happens. So
since we're talking about accidents, you guys want to really laugh at my worst accident that I've ever made?
Yes.
This wasn't even Star Wars Unlimited. This is not Star Wars Unlimited. This is Magic. This is back in the day when I played. No, it's still applicable.
Okay.
I was at a local event, and it was a good friend of mine that I was playing against. And just like you were talking, you said your mind wandered, and you kind of like auto operated. Yeah, my mind wandered, and I went to draw for my turn, and I drew off of his deck.
This is probably pre-sleeves too, right?
Oh no, there was pre-sleeve. Oh, okay. Jesus, no. His sleeves were orange and mine were not, and I got the card to my hand, and he just watched me like, what?
What are you doing?
And I was like, and I looked at my hand, and I went, what am I doing? Fortunately, it was a friend of mine. It was low. Penny was on the table, but it was low stakes enough that I'm like, I have no idea what just happened. I'm so sorry. Here's your card back. Let's redo that. Wow. And this was like a 12-person tournament. It was at Montag's actually.
Okay.
But yeah. Wow. So that's the worst one of those I've ever done.
There we go.
Was reminded of that by your story.
All right. Anything else on that particular topic?
That's all I got.
Any other topics? Because I'm looking at the notes. Looks like we're kind of down to the end here.
Sort of. We mentioned last time that if you use the special Ian Betrayed Us email address, then you get read on the show.
Oh, let's do it.
I got an email the next day. I got an email to Ian Betrayed Us at onthebutton.xyz.
I got to hear this.
I can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
It's just regular feedback. He just sent it there, so I know he wants to get on the show. So Bob Smith sent us this. I don't know. He was our discussion. Remember we were talking about the older legendaries on This Weekend and 6-month-old legendaries.
Yes.
We didn't go through all of them. We talked about Krennic from the last set. He pointed out that we did miss one. We probably missed several, but a big one that we missed was the 9-drop Bo-Katan coming out way early with credits, and how cool that's going to be.
Ooh.
She's whatever.
She's a rare.
Okay, maybe that's why we didn't see her, but just as like large cards, large cards that are coming out way ahead of time with these credits.
Yeah. Lando Blue's going to be a thing because of her.
Yeah, Bo-Katan playing this 9-drop 8/8 that one-shot Snokes everybody and then gets a bunch of experience tokens.
And then hands out experience tokens when she does it. Yeah.
When she does it, and playing that for like 6 is going to be nuts. So thank you, Bob Smith, for pointing that out.
Consider Lando flips on 6. When Lando flips, he makes 3 credit tokens. You don't have to do anything special. You just flip Lando and spend your whole turn slamming Bo-Katan on the table. Totally legal. Totally a thing.
That's a pretty good turn.
That feels like a pretty good turn, kids.
Pretty good turn.
Yeah, that's going to be a thing. Lando's going to be very popular this set. I can just tell you right now. A lot of people are going to be looking at him. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you tuning in.
What? Little thing.
Bring it.
I have ordered some custom on the button sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
For everybody here. Unfortunately, they will not be. I wanted them to be here by pre-release. They won't be here by pre-release.
That's okay.
I did order an extra 100, and we're going to break those down into 2 halves, and I want to give them away to viewers.
Awesome.
Or listeners of the show. So I'm not internet
readers?
Savvy. Sure, readers.
Sure.
I don't.
All of our readers will get one. Every single reader will get one, Trey.
So I want to give away 2 sets of 50. I'm not sure how giveaways and stuff like that work. So I'm going to lean on Wes here
We'll
to
figure
tell
it
me
out.
how that kind of stuff works.
I can show you.
But they should be here in a couple of days. I'm
Sweet.
bummed. Looks like
cool.
Monday.
That's okay.
Which is bummer.
So we might have them by
for the
Tuesday's
second pre-release.
Yeah, we might have them for the second pre-release. Yeah, I got you each 100, myself 100, and then I ordered 100 that we can split in half and do a giveaway on.
Awesome.
Hopefully they come out good. I just took the logo that you guys built and kind of shifted it so the on the button part's in the middle.
Okay.
I have no idea. We'll find out.
It'll be fun. It'll look good. Has someone who's done custom sleeves. I think it's gonna be fun. And I know Trey and I have talked about coming up with some other merch, doing some stickers or something to give away at events or whatever. We've at least talked about it. We haven't actually made any progress on it, but you and I have discussed it. So that's be a thing. But as always, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you do have some feedback for us, I think what should we send them to this week, Trey? I think we should send them to Be a Better Player at onthebutton.xyz.com, right?
That's not what I was going to say.
Oh,
but Be a Better Player is a nice G-rated version of, I guess, Be a Better Player. You've already said it, so
okay. I mean,
I don't want to give them a million email addresses. So Be a Better Player at onthebutton.xyz.
Yep.
And that's our weekly one for this week. So what is our typical one?
Mailbag, I think. Mailbag
that's our standard one.
Yep.
But Be a Better Player at onthebutton.xyz will get your feedback put in the show.
You guys would have been proud. I met people in Milwaukee who came up and said they enjoyed the podcast and they were listeners. So there you go.
We be creeping.
Yeah,
we've been creeping forward.
Slowly.
We started with only our moms listening to the show, and now
my mom definitely didn't listen to the
show. every week we add 2 new listeners, and so by next year there will be literally dozens of you.
Nice.
So we appreciate you, every single one. It's amazing. It's amazing. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, go out and enjoy your Lawless time pre-release, and we'll talk to you next time. See you.